Hello friends, welcome back to Global Travel Venture. Have you ever wondered what you shouldn't do on an airplane? Posing this question isn't meant to instill fear, but rather to ignite curiosity. Flying is a unique experience that brings together a diverse mix of individuals, all confined to a single cabin. This blend of personalities, cultures, and habits can sometimes lead to interesting dynamics. Airplane etiquette is not just about manners, it's about ensuring a comfortable journey for everyone on board. It's about understanding that you're sharing a small space with others for an extended period of time. It's about respect, consideration, and a little bit of common sense. So, whether you're a seasoned traveler or stepping foot on a plane for the first time, there are some things you just shouldn't do. In the spirit of making every flight a pleasant journey for all, we've compiled a list of airplane faux pas to avoid. Here are 15 things you should never do on an airplane. Firstly, never ignore your flight attendants. These professionals are not just there to serve you peanuts and soda, but they play a crucial role in ensuring your safety throughout the journey. When they stand at the front of the cabin, demonstrating how to buckle up a seatbelt or pointing out emergency exits, they're not doing it for fun. These safety instructions are there to save lives in case of an emergency. Moreover, flight attendants are trained to handle a wide range of situations from medical emergencies to unruly passengers. So when they ask you to stow your tray table or fasten your seatbelt, they're not trying to inconvenience you. They're ensuring your safety and the safety of everyone on board. So the next time you're tempted to dismiss or ignore a flight attendant's instructions, remember that they're there to help. Remember, flight attendants are there for your safety and comfort. Secondly, going barefoot is a big no-no. Now we get it, you want to make yourself comfortable during your flight. But here's the thing, airplanes are not as clean as you might think. The cabin floor is a hotbed for germs, and by going barefoot, you're exposing yourself to a host of potential infections. Not to mention you're also making your fellow passengers uncomfortable. Think about it, would you like it if the person next to you took off their shoes and revealed smelly, sweaty feet? Probably not. Plus, in the event of an emergency, you'd want your feet to be protected, right? So, for the sake of health, hygiene, and courtesy to others, keep those shoes on. And if you're worried about swelling or discomfort, consider wearing compression socks or shoes that are easy to slip on and off. Keep your shoes on, it's safer and more sanitary. Thirdly, disregarding personal space. Imagine this, you're sitting in a confined space at 35,000 feet above the ground. It's a situation where personal space might feel like a luxury, but it's crucial. In this airborne community, respecting boundaries becomes more important than ever. Why? Because it's about creating a comfortable environment for everyone. When you decide to stretch your legs into the aisle or invade the seat next to you, you're not only causing discomfort to others but also disrupting the harmony of your surroundings. It's as simple as being mindful of the space that you occupy and the people around you. Maybe you're comfortable with your elbow on the armrest or your bag on the seat next to you. But remember, what's comfortable for you might not be for the person next to you. Remember, you're sharing a space, be considerate. Fourth on the list, ignoring seatbelt signs. Now we've all been there. You're in the middle of a gripping movie or a captivating book and the seatbelt sign flicks on. It's tempting to ignore it, to keep doing what you're doing and assume it's just turbulence. But let's take a moment to understand the gravity of this situation. You see, the seatbelt sign isn't a suggestion. It's a directive from the pilot, who, from the cockpit, has a far better understanding of the flight conditions than any of us in the cabin. Ignoring it can lead to serious injury if the plane encounters unexpected turbulence. Think of it as a roller coaster ride. You wouldn't think of standing up mid-ride, would you? It's the same with airplanes. When that seatbelt sign is on, it's your cue to buckle up and stay safe. Seatbelts are there for your safety, don't ignore the signs. Fifthly, overpacking your carry-on luggage. Now we all love to be prepared, but stuffing your carry-on bag to the brim can create a myriad of problems. Imagine struggling to hoist an overstuffed bag into the overhead compartment, blocking the aisle and delaying the flight. Not a pleasant scenario, right? And that's not all. An overpacked carry-on bag can easily spill over, causing inconvenience to others and embarrassment for you. Moreover, if the flight is full, there's a high chance your bag might need to be checked in, leading to delays and possible extra charges. So the rule of thumb here is to pack light. Keep only the essentials in your carry-on. Maybe a book, a travel pillow, or a light snack. Remember, less is more when it comes to packing your carry-on luggage. Pack only what you need, it makes the journey smoother for everyone. Number 6 on our list, being rude or impatient. We've all encountered turbulence in our travels. And I don't mean just the kind that shakes the plane. There's nothing more frustrating than dealing with irritable or impolite passengers. But remember, flight attendants and fellow travelers are not the enemy. They're trying to reach their destination just like you. It's easy to lose our cool when we're squeezed into tight seats battling jet lag and dealing with delays. But impatience and rudeness won't get us there any faster. In fact, it might just slow us down. Flight attendants are there to ensure our safety and comfort. Treating them with respect and understanding can go a long way in making your journey more pleasant. So next time you're tens of thousands of feet in the air, take a deep breath, put on your best smile, and practice patience. Remember, everyone is in the same boat, or in this case, plane. 7th, don't drink too much. We've all heard this one, right? But it's especially important to remember when you're cruising at 35,000 feet. You see, alcohol can affect you differently in the air due to the lower oxygen levels at high altitude. This can lead to an increased rate of intoxication and dehydration, leaving you feeling worse off than you would at sea level. It's not just about you, though. Overindulging can also create an uncomfortable environment for other passengers. It can lead to loud behavior, possible aggression, and let's not forget the increased trips to the restroom. So, while there's nothing wrong with enjoying a glass of wine or a beer to calm the nerves, moderation is key. Remember to also drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Keep your drinking in check, it's better for you and those around you. Planes are not the place for a party. They are a shared space where everyone deserves a peaceful journey. 8th, don't use electronics during takeoff or landing. You've probably heard this rule every time you fly, but have you ever wondered why it's in place? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Firstly, electronics, especially those that transmit signals like cell phones, can potentially interfere with the aircraft's navigation and communication systems. Although the risk is minimal, the potential for interference during critical phases of flight, such as takeoff and landing, could have serious consequences. Secondly, this rule is also in place to ensure passengers are alert and aware of their surroundings during these crucial moments. In case of an emergency, it's important that everyone is ready to react and not engrossed in their devices. So the next time you're tempted to sneak a quick text or keep your headphones on as the plane ascends or descends, remember these reasons. Respect the rules, they are there for a reason. Number 9, don't leave your seat reclined during meals. In the cozy confines of an airplane, every inch of space is precious. When you recline your seat during mealtimes, you're encroaching on the already limited space of the passenger behind you. Imagine trying to balance a tray of food while simultaneously navigating around a seat intruding into your space. Not a pleasant dining experience, right? And let's not forget about the drink cart. The last thing anyone wants is a surprise lap full of tomato juice because the cart couldn't make it through. It's not just about comfort, it's also about courtesy. Remember, we're all in this together, flying through the sky in a metal bird. It's a shared journey, and every little act of consideration can make it a smoother one for everyone. Be considerate during mealtimes, it makes the flight more comfortable for everyone. 10th, don't forget to use your headphones. Picture this, you're on a long-haul flight, maybe catching a few winks or engrossed in a book, and suddenly the air fills with the blasting beats of someone's action movie or the latest pop hits. Not exactly the serenity you signed up for, right? The use of headphones isn't just a suggestion, it's an unwritten rule of air travel, one that ensures a peaceful environment for all passengers. Whether you're watching a movie, listening to music, or catching up on your favorite podcast, headphones are a must. They create a personal bubble of sound that doesn't intrude on others' space. Remember, airplanes are shared spaces, and being considerate of your neighbors is crucial. So, before you press play, make sure you plug in those headphones. It's a small act, but one that goes a long way in maintaining harmony in the skies. Remember, not everyone wants to hear what you're listening to. 11th, use the restrooms correctly. Now, this may seem like a given, but you'd be surprised at the number of people who disregard the basic etiquette of using airplane restrooms. Remember, it's a shared space, which means that your actions can directly affect the comfort of others. Firstly, avoid spending too much time inside. Understand that there are others who may need to use the restroom too. Secondly, keep the space as clean as possible. It's not pleasant for the next person to walk into a mess. Thirdly, don't forget to lock the door. It's a simple step that can prevent awkward encounters. And lastly, if you're seated in an aisle seat, be considerate of those who might need to get by. Air travel is a communal experience, and we should all aim to make it as comfortable as possible for everyone involved. Respect the shared space, it's important for everyone's comfort. 12th, avoid bringing smelly food. Picture this, you're cruising at 35,000 feet confined within the cabin of an airplane. Suddenly, a strong odor wafts through the air. It's pungent, overpowering, and it's coming from a fellow passenger's meal. The confined space of an aircraft can amplify smells, causing discomfort to those around. While your garlic-infused, spicy fish curry might seem like the perfect comfort food, it's probably not the best choice for an in-flight meal. Remember, you're sharing the air with hundreds of other passengers. The aroma of your food can easily invade their personal space and potentially ruin their travel experience. Instead, opt for less pungent foods, or consider the airline's meal offerings. They're usually designed to be less offensive to the olfactory senses, so the next time you're packing your in-flight meal, think of your fellow passengers. Consider others when choosing your in-flight meal. 13th, control your kids. Yes, we understand that traveling with children isn't always a walk in the park. They're excited, they're curious, they're full of energy. But remember, an airplane is not a playground. It's a confined space where everyone is trying to relax, work, or sleep. It's essential to keep your children behaved and quiet during the flight. Bring along toys, books, or devices with headphones to keep them entertained. Pack some snacks they enjoy to avoid hunger-induced meltdowns. Prepare them for the flight by explaining what will happen and how they should behave. If they're old enough, remind them to be considerate of others around them. Don't be afraid to ask for help from the flight attendants if you're struggling. They're there to make sure everyone has a safe and comfortable journey. And remember, everyone is trying to have a peaceful journey. 14th, don't hog the overhead bins. Now, we all understand the value of these storage compartments. They're the lifeline of our in-flight essentials, right? But here's the catch, they're not your personal closets. Picture this, you've boarded the airplane, and you're ready for your journey. You've got your carry-on and your duty-free shopping bags, and you're looking for a spot to store them. But, oh no. The overhead bins are already filled with one passenger's multiple bags, coats, and who knows what else. Frustrating, isn't it? So let's flip the script. It's not just about you, it's about everyone on board. The overhead bins are shared space. That means one bag per passenger. If you need more space, check your extra bags. Keep your coats on your lap or under the seat in front of you. Don't be that person. Don't be the overhead bin hogger. Remember, it's shared space. Be considerate. And lastly, always prepare for customs. It's a common oversight, but one that can lead to a lot of unnecessary stress and delay. Being prepared for customs and immigration isn't just about filling out a form on the plane. It's about understanding the requirements of the country you're visiting, knowing what items you can and cannot bring, and having all your documents in order. Consider this. You've flown halfway across the world, you're tired, maybe even jet-lagged. The last thing you want is to be held up at customs because you weren't prepared. Now imagine breezing through because you took the time to do your homework. Remember, every country has different rules and regulations. Some may require specific visas or vaccinations, others may have strict restrictions on certain goods. The key is to do your research well in advance, know what to expect, and be ready. Being prepared makes the process smoother for everyone. So make sure you're not that person holding up the line at customs. Be prepared, be smart, and enjoy your trip. So there you have it, 15 things you should never do on an airplane. We started with the importance of respecting the authority and instructions of flight attendants. They're there not only to serve you but to ensure your safety. Then we moved on to footwear etiquette, reminding you to keep those shoes on because nobody wants to encounter bare feet in a confined space. We also discussed the concept of personal space, something that becomes all the more precious when you're cruising at 35,000 feet. Similarly, the seatbelt sign is not just a suggestion but a directive for your safety, and ignoring it could lead to unnecessary accidents. We touched on the topic of carry-on luggage too, emphasizing the need to pack wisely and avoid overstuffing. Remember, you're not moving to Mars, it's just a flight. And while we're at it, let's not forget about the simple virtue of patience and respect towards others. We addressed the issue of overindulgence in alcohol. Sure, it might seem tempting to have that extra glass of wine, but overdoing it can lead to uncomfortable situations for everyone involved. And we explored the necessity of adhering to the rules regarding electronics during takeoff and landing, for safety's sake. Meal times in the air require some etiquette as well. Reclining the seat while others are eating? Not a good move. Also, using headphones while enjoying your own entertainment is a must, to avoid disturbing your fellow passengers. We've covered the importance of using the restrooms correctly, avoiding smelly food on board, and keeping your children under control. And let's not forget about the overhead bins. They're shared space, not your personal closet. Finally, we wrapped up with the need to prepare for customs, so you're not caught off guard at your destination. Next time you fly, keep these points in mind. It'll make your journey and the journey of those around you much more pleasant. If you enjoyed our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We truly appreciate it.